It's DJ DUBL here, and today I am joined by someone that I'm going to introduce as the hardest working rapper in the UK right now.
Thank you.
Young Reeks.
Yo, what's happening in the building?
I'm glad to have you here, man. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So yeah, like I say, you're the hardest working guy right now because your work rate's phenomenal, man. Since you jumped onto the radar last year, it's been non-stop. You've got that fire in your belly.
Trying, have to.
Where's this all coming from?
Well, I was in prison last year, from the beginning to September, and I think like during that time, the UK music scene, like it took a mad growth period. You get me? So to be able to like sit down and not be distracted and just watch from outside the box what was going on, and see what was going on with like certain individuals that was going on, like with Stormzy and Section, and these are people that are from my area, kind of close. You get me? Especially because the last tune I done was with Section. You get me?
Yeah.
So then I was closely watching their progress from when I left, and watching what they kept up and how far they've gone with it now. Like they was working hard. You get me? So it just gave me a little initiative from sitting down. Like, raw, when I come home, I need to work hard, just as hard as the people I'm watching, and harder. You get me? So that's basically been where the fuel comes from, really.
Hit the ground running.
You get me? Have to.
So you mentioned September was when you came out of jail.
Yeah.
Which obviously, September's Round the Corner was the name of the first mixtape that landed. So that was obviously about your release date, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. What did you go to jail for?
I went to jail for drugs.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
How long was you inside?
14 months, just over 14 months.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a long time out the studio.
Yeah, a while, still a year and a bit.
Yeah, so I heard one of your bars, you mentioned you got a folder full of prison bars. Let me see the exact quote, actually. I got my prison bars sitting in a folder, and I leave them because I don't need them. Don't even need them.
Yeah.
So you obviously wrote a lot in jail.
I wrote, do you know what, yeah? Like, it's not what you think. Still, when you go to jail, people think that you just write and that. Like, I didn't write in jail until like my last, like 4 or 5 months, when I knew I was coming home. Oh, sorry, my bad. When I knew I was coming home, then my energy kind of picked up and I began to write. And in that last month, like I crammed in a lot of writing because like I know, like, I'm coming home, now I want to do it. But then by the time I actually come home, like I'm working on this energy thing right now. Everything's about the energies. So when I come home and I've got the folder there that's got all my prisons, like I don't want to open it.
Yeah.
You get me? And we come home and I did a couple tracks and I got the ball rolling. And after a while, it's just like, after like a couple of weeks has passed and I'm halfway through my first mixtape back, it's like there's no real point in opening this folder. Like that's the time that
you're in a different environment now.
You know what I mean? So
I hear that, man. Sneakboy told me the same thing when he was in jail. He said he couldn't write, and I learned from that interview. I actually learned that Tupac even said the same thing, that when he was in jail, he found it impossible to write.
Yeah, because you're closed in, like nothing's going on. For me, anyway, the way I write, like, I keep my heart on my sleeve. Like I'm writing from how I feel, my emotions, life. When you're in jail, you're on pause. Yeah, there's no life. So anything that you could think to write of is like what was going on before.
Yeah, of course.
And because of the way I was at the time, I was going through a change in my head and my mind state and the way I was thinking. So that was going on before. I wouldn't even want to be writing and expressing myself in that way. 'Cause I'm thinking, right, this is what got me here in the first place. 'Cause I was too negative, and you get me. So
yeah, man.
Yeah,
what were you listening to while you were inside?
Inside, I listened to a lot of Drake. I listened to a lot of Drake. A lot of Drake still. A lot of Drake. Cause Drake just makes good music and you can zone out to it, you get me? I listen to a lot of Rick Ross, a lot of Meat Mill, but some Boosie. I listened to a couple people, but I listened to Drake a lot still. I can't even lie. Drake was because his albums and mixtapes, they're always consistent. You can play like the whole thing. You get me? And like with Drake's music, I don't know I can just listen to Drake's music and I'll leave the soul. No, I'm not even thinking about that he's even talking about. Yeah. On his subjects. But I can just listen to his stuff and just fade out in my own mind and just bare times I weren't even in the cell. I'm in the cell, but I'm not even in there. Yeah. My head's elsewhere, you get me?
Escaped.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I hear that. What was the biggest change that you noticed from when you went inside to when you came out? Like within the UK scene.
Within the scene.
Yeah.
The platforms are bigger. Like the fans have grown. There's more fans. I feel like there's more people taking in the culture, more people taking in the music. Like the platforms have got better. Like the shooting more videos and better videos, and it's broadening out to more people. Really, I just see growth.
Yeah.
Everything, I just saw growth. Everything that was from when before I left to now, everything just got bigger. Everything's expanded more. So yeah, man, growth, man.
Ambition mixtape.
Yeah.
That's I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's up there with my favorite releases of the year, man. Like very, very sick. Obviously, you notice as soon as I got hold of it, then boom, I was hitting you up straight away, man. Like, I had to reach out.
Love for that, man.
Very, very sick.
Love
the
for
intro, especially.
Yeah.
Like it's I often find with stuff I kind of listen to the whole thing from start to finish, not just with yours, but with every album, every mixtape I get, and then I will delete the skits from my computer and listen just to the music and just to the singles. But with yours, bruv, I'll be honest, I think I've listened to the intro more than I've listened to any of the individual singles.
I've said that to people as well. 'Cause I said that to like my brethren that brought me here today, like, because he thinks I should make them shorter and that. But even when I heard it, the first time I heard it, I'm saying, I got to use this.
Yeah.
But my producer was like, it's long, man. It's like 4 minutes.
It's like 4.5 minutes long.
4.5 minutes. But I'm saying, like, I listened to it bare time. I'm saying there's no part that I can really cut it at, because you need to hear all of it. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, the reason why I'm putting these things on my tunes anyway, for people to be inspired. Like, for those people, they're gonna listen to that 4 minutes. So a lot of man, they probably won't listen to it, but it's not for them. They're not going to take it in anyway. They're just going to hear the jargon and think, they're talking too much. But for the people that it's meant for, they're going to listen to that 4 minutes, and they're going to take in them 4 minutes. So I thought, okay, I know everyone might not listen to the whole thing, but for the people that will. Yeah,
because obviously it was a similar intro on September's Round the Corner, but a slightly shorter one.
Shorter.
And this one, but it was sick, man. So who... Was that a sample that you found then, and so you so like you said, you couldn't cut anything out? Just
I listened to I like to listen to those things like every day. Yeah, every day, like I'll put on one and just like when I'm getting ready and that, I'll just listen to it. You get me? Because I find like a lot of times, especially with our generation, like we'll probably wake up, most people, and they'll put on World Star, and they'll watch some
Vine compilation,
or some. So you get me, or they watch some guy getting run over, or like you get me, they're just filling up their head with nonsense. So me, like, I can't watch World Star. Like now and again, I fall into and I might watch it like by accident. I don't even know what I'm doing. But on a normal day, I'd rather wake up and I want to hear some shit that's like, gonna keep me in the right mind frame and keep me like, this is what I need to be focusing on, going this way, because watching all that stuff ain't helping me.
It's a distraction.
You get me?
And it seems to be working, man. It really does seem to be working. How time consuming was Ambition as a mixtape? Like, how long did it take to make?
Well, I started it about January, and I was finished about February. My main producer, Dukas, he's from Colombia.
Yeah, shouts to Dukas, man.
Yeah, big up Dukas, man, proper.
Very,
he's
very
my
dope
guy.
producer.
Trust me, without Dukas, trust me, he's a main part of what's going on. But yeah, he went Colombia February. So from February, I didn't bring out Ambition till April. So from February, I was just basically sitting on Ambition. But I wanted to release it kind of quick. But Dukas is telling me, everyone was kind of showing me like, man, like September just come out. Shoot some more videos, give it some more life. Like, there's still a couple tracks that you haven't shot that can bring more life to the thing. Me, I was just in a rush. I've done that. By the time I made Ambition, in my mind, Ambition sounds better than September. So I'm in a rush. I want to show them Ambition. I'm like, September, like, it's finished now. You get me? Like, let me move on to Ambition. Everyone's like, nah, just chill out. So I chilled out, shot some more videos, and then while Dux is away, I did a couple more tunes. I did in our own studio that we got in Croydon, like me, Balls and Floss, man just started getting into an airspace. Like, I stopped writing and I started getting out tunes, and I done Levels, I done Lord Knows, and then I done Energy, like 3 tunes off the top. I haven't written nothing, and all of them, like, I feel like Lord Knows and Levels, that's like 2 strong chunks off Ambition.
Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna add to Ambition, but because of the way they came, I added those 3, and then yeah, that was it. Just got it done from then. But it was kind of mad because like a week before I dropped it, I ended up in hospital. I had some madness going on. I got injured like 2 years ago, but I discharged myself. You get me?
Right.
And the car discharged myself. I never went back on that, and that an infection grew. You get me? So
Right. Okay.
I had some stuff in my stomach. Like even in jail, I've been sick a couple times, and I've been sick when I hit the road. But I thought it was because like food poisoning. I'm always out eating fast food and all that. But realised it was a serious problem for when I discharged myself. So I was in hospital for the whole week.
Wow.
And I got the laptop in there, and Dukas, like I'm going back and forth from Dukas from Colombia. Like he's sending me the bits and pieces, man's putting them all together. And on the 8th, like yeah, man's uploaded it. And even though he's in Colombia and I'm in hospital, like we still managed to get it out in a day and that. So you get me? Yeah, but I was happy because I couldn't complain. I was proper happy still.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Lying on a hospital bed and the work rate is still more than some of these other guys.
Trust me, that's how I have to see it.
Yeah. My favourite track off Ambition was Trust Me.
Yeah.
So you felt like doing a bit of singing then?
Yeah.
What inspired you to sing? Drake?
Drake a bit, yeah, I guess so. Good music, innit? Like Drake does good music. It's not just Drake, like, but it's just good music, innit? Like people want to hear good music. People want to be able to vibe out to to sing to it, like, and love it. You get me?
Yeah.
And obviously, like the way I rap and that, like some of the content is aggressive, but like from what I'm trying to do, like everyone knows, they must know by now, like man's trying to be the best out here. I'm trying to take this the whole way. I have to broaden my horizons, and I have to think bigger than what I'm doing, and the music has to appear bigger. So why not? You get me? When I'm doing certain tunes now, my next mixtape, like I'm singing on nearly like every chorus on the mixtape. You get me? Because it just makes more sense. We got to make some bigger tunes now, some bigger music. You get me?
Yeah, man. Did you write the melodies yourself, or Trust Me? I mean, you write it all yourself.
All of them. Yeah. Trust Me. Did I even write Trust Me? Hold on. I didn't even write Trust Me still.
You didn't write it?
No.
Who wrote that one?
No, I freestyled it.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So basically just off the top?
Yeah, that's off the top still.
Wow.
Trust me. Yeah, that's off the top still. The chorus is off the top. The verses might be written. I can't actually remember.
Yeah.
They might be. Because I did a couple like off the top tunes before Dukas left on Ambition. But I can't remember. Like I did 1 or 2 because I was attempting it. I was trying to get into that energy, and then once I found it, I haven't stopped now since I've done it. But yeah, I think that was off the top. I think so.
That's dope, man. But I mean, you created it yourself, the melodies and the lyrics and that. That's very, very sick. So you mentioned the new mixtape.
Yeah.
Something I'm very excited to hear, Autopilot.
Yeah.
So is there a release date first? When's it coming?
There isn't an official release date, but you know what? Yeah, I could go out on a limb to say it's gonna be out the last day of July.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Like, fuck
so
it.
It might be the last day of July.
No, do you know what? That's actually the date.
There you go. We're deciding it right now.
We're deciding it right now. People ask me for the last couple of days. I'm talking to my members. I keep saying July, August, but you know what? We're deciding it now.
Yeah.
Last day of July.
There you have.
Yeah.
31st of July.
31st of July.
That's an exclusive right there.
That's an exclusive
the decision
still.
was made just then. Did
just
you see
now
that?
still, yeah.
The first time I heard about the mixtape was, funnily enough, KA Drinks tweeted about it.
Yeah.
So what's the affiliation there?
Do you know what? Like since I come home, I've just been getting a lot of love from a lot of different angles.
Yeah.
And they've recently been following me, and I've seen they've been following what I've been doing. Like they retweet my stuff that's going on, and yeah, I think they've just been seeing what's been going on. So I think they must have followed my SoundCloud and that and whatnot. Cause I've been putting on Instagram, like if you're on my Instagram, like I'll drop hints. I've been dropping like little snippets of tunes talking about Autopilot for a while. So they've obviously caught on to that, and they dropped a little tweet.
It's good of them, man.
Yeah, man.
Decent.
Man,
Maybe a little, some little affiliation product.
Hopefully I get a little
some kind of endorsement.
At least a free can. I've been talking to them still. I'm telling them I'm thirsty, man. It's hot. I got dreads out here. My head gets hot. I need some drinks to get me. Serious.
Exactly. So Fallen Star was the song that you put up on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the song.
It's just to get them ready for Autopilot, because on the second chorus of Fallen Star, it's got like a little wave. Like I'm doing a little wave over the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I put it as an appetizer, because this is like more the music that's coming, more wavy stuff, you get me? And I thought like, I got a couple of videos pending that haven't dropped yet. And because I've just been on this roll of like, the work rate's just been to a level, like every time like nothing's going on for a minute, like a video hasn't dropped, or there's no new tunes, like I have to do something. I just feel eager.
Restless.
Yeah, I get restless. So
I feel the same, man. I'm
me?
the same.
The mixtape's done, and I'm thinking, raw. Like I don't want to leak none of the mixtape tunes, because both the other two mixtapes, there was tunes on SoundCloud from the mixtape before it came out. So this one, I just want to keep it like, so when it comes out, it's just fresh. It's all fresh.
Yeah. Why did you choose Fallen Star in particular to be the one song that you did put up?
It's just an energy thing. I did the song like 4 nights ago, another freestyle, and I just liked it. I like the beat. Shout out LA Beats. He sent me the beat. I like the beat and that, and I felt like what I was saying was relevant to right now. Like it's up to date to right now. You get me? So I thought, yeah, let me just give them a little appetizer to warm them up and let them know that, yeah, next month we're back on again. New mixtape.
July 31st.
July 31st. Heard it first. You get me?
Why did you decide? So obviously, like, that's three mixtapes. When did September's Round the Corner? That dropped in like December, isn't it? November,
yeah.
Right. So like, that's 3 mixtapes in 9 months.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do that?
Because,
as opposed to just do one big project and then use the 9 months to focus on that whole thing?
Cause you see, my thing is, yeah, like I'm a big fan of music, yeah, and like I study and I watch it, like it's my craft, innit? And from what I see, from all the biggest names you can think of, we're on the table, from all the biggest names you can think of, like the Lil Waynes and the 50 Cents and like all the biggest stars, like they all work crazy hard. Like if you check their catalogue, before they made it to the certain levels they did, their work rate was uncomparable, you get me? Mm-hmm. But it's all of them. If you check all of them separately, like, raw, this is what everyone does. It's like, to me, it just makes sense. If I want to be the best and be that guy and be seen as that guy, then I have to work the best, innit? I have to have the most work and the most to deliver. It only makes sense that if I want to be that guy, when you talk to that guy, you ask him, oh, so what's he been doing? What's his life like? Oh, he's got the most mixtapes. That sounds like he's that guy. Yeah. When you hear that type of stuff, you get me? So that's just my thing. I feel like I just have to be working the hardest and I just have to keep going. It can't just be like, I see people like, I come out and people like put out one mixtape that take them like a whole year to make. It's like, how do you want the world to take you seriously and you don't even take yourself seriously? You get me? Come on, like, if we're gonna do this, let's do it properly, innit? Like music, if man can make music, let's make music. So, I don't even know what number I'm gonna stop on, but I'm just gonna keep making music.
What's your roots? Do you have Jamaican roots?
Yeah.
That I can tell, you know, because that's what all the dancehall artists are like.
Yeah.
See Beanie Man?
Yeah, yeah.
And the amount of songs he puts out.
You see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
the same thing. Vibes Cartel, like,
Exactly.
all these guys, they flood it.
Yeah.
And he's like the biggest artist in Jamaica, and you can't miss him. He's everywhere. So why would you not see that and you're doing music and say, right, I need the same formula. Yeah. I need to be everywhere. I need to be seen. I need to be on all of the platforms. And like, if you're putting out 5 tunes, like, you might get the 5 tunes on a platform. But if you got like 150 tunes, like, you can't miss the platforms. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because there's just so much selection. So that's the formula that I had in my head from before I come home.
It's a Jamaican thing, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe.
Your ultimate collaboration. So, like, dead or alive, who would you most like to work with?
Drake. If you could be like wild, like, yeah, Drake. Because musically, I feel like in 10 years, 15 years, like when they look back on like eras and that, like his music will stand for an era. Mm-hmm. You get me? At a certain time, it speaks that loudly. You get me? So yeah, definitely. If I could do something like out of everyone in the world, I'll probably do something with Drake. I feel like we'd make something mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would sound sick, man. That would sound dope. So what's the dream for you? I know you mentioned that you want to be the best here. Like, where do you see yourself, like, if you were to look back and be like, yeah, I made it, where would you be?
Where would I be? Hopefully 100 million units sold in.
Yeah.
Just in terms of where I'll be, I don't just want to say something bland like the top, but I just feel like I'll be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
I feel
like signed to a major, or can you do it
Um,
independently? Is it about wealth, as in having a big car with a swimming pool, or is it
Obviously,
about
it's
having
part
the
of that.
biggest fan
Yeah,
base?
like if I want to work, like I feel like I should be paid the best if I'm gonna work to be the best, and I feel like my financial status should represent that as well. But in terms of like deals and that, I mean, like I don't think about a deal heavily. I'm more thinking about myself. I need to build myself to a point where my demand is crazy, and myself, you get me, so I can sell myself before a label can come and say, right, yeah, we're gonna give you this so you can sell here and here. I want to build myself to a point where I can sell myself.
Yeah.
So if a label does come to talk to me, they have to talk to me properly.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a
And,
ridiculous
not-
amount of money on the check.
Yeah, not trying to give me like Rolex money for a deal, car. I know a lot of men are out here getting Rolex money. And it don't really make sense. Like when you check the UK game and the amount of fans and how broad in our thing is, like we don't really get. It doesn't really represent like the money that we're getting though. Because when I look at French artists and all these other artists, like they only get like 500,000 views. But the artists over there that are signed for are getting 500,000 views. These guys are like the top artists in the country, signed to majors, getting features with big artists from America, and they don't even get the views and get watched like how we do. You get me? So I feel like England, we just need to pick up our business a bit more with this thing. But I think that will come with the way man's trying to do it now, build man's own demand. Like once you can sell yourself and you're good on your own, then like labels should have to start talking to you properly.
Yeah. I agree, man. I agree. So we've come to a part of the interview called the fun bit.
Okay.
So basically, I've got some random questions for you.
Okay.
And they're not musically orientated, so we learn something different about Young Reeks.
All right. Yeah.
Are you ready for the fun bit, Young Reeks?
Let's go.
What's the last dream you remember having?
The last dream I remember having. I dreamt about performing like two nights ago in some big arena, just lights and cameras flashing and all that stuff. It's mad though because let me not to go too far. Let me not go too far.
It's like that, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the worst job you ever had?
The worst job I ever had. The worst job I would ever had, it was probably this job being on the road. This is the worst job, cause you can lose your freedom.
Yeah.
You get me?
And you did.
And you did. I did. You get me? That's the worst job because maybe sometimes you might think it can work out and whatnot, but it's a gamble. You gamble in your life, and when you lose your freedom, like it's in it. So that's definitely the worst job.
If you could speak another language, what language would it be?
I'll probably speak Ugandan or Ghanaian.
Okay.
Because my brethren, I got a couple brethren that are from Ghana and Ugandan. When they start talking around me, I don't know what's going on. You get me? And I want to be in the loop.
Yeah.
I want to know what they're talking about outside of me.
Would you let them know that you knew, or would you just keep it quiet?
No. I'll never let them know. I'll be ahead of the game. I'll just sit and listen. I say, okay, that's what you lot been talking about. Fair enough.
I like that. Have you ever cried watching a film?
No, but no, I never cried watching no film. But that Fast and Furious film that just came out, have you heard the soundtrack to it?
Yeah.
To I See You Again. I done a tune to that last night. I'm gonna put it out tomorrow or even when I get back. That was the closest thing. It didn't make me cry or nothing, but I felt my emotions turning inside me. You get me?
Yeah.
Because it was deep. Like the end, like my man's he's dead in real life, but in the film he was about to die, but he didn't die. And then with the music, that song, I feel that song's mad powerful and that.
Yeah.
And the way he drove off at the end when I See You Again and that was like the closest thing. That had me engaged emotionally. Emotionally, I was like, raw, this is sad, boy.
Twitter said so as well, man. I haven't seen the film myself, but
it touched me.
I saw it online. A lot of people
grabbed
saying
me.
the
You
same.
get me? Actually grabbed me. I was watching it like, raw, that is sad, boy.
Yeah.
You get me?
I hear that. And you've just ruined the ending for anyone that hasn't seen the film.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize.
What's the most expensive thing you ever bought?
Most expensive thing I ever bought? Probably a plane ticket.
To where?
Jamaica in the summer. That will knock you back.
Yeah.
Close to $2,000.
Yeah, that is expensive.
Yeah. That's probably the most expensive thing I bought when I think about it still. At one time, you get me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beyonce or Nicki?
What? Musically or how they look?
Whatever.
Wow. Well, I'll go with Beyonce. I'd have to go Beyonce both ways still. Big up Nicki though. I like Nicki still.
Yeah.
I like Nicki's music and I rate Nicki, and obviously Nicki looks, you get me? She looks good, you get me? But I'd have to give it to Beyonce. Like she's the queen, innit? Queen bee.
I got you, man. Do you have any guilty pleasures?
Do I have any guilty pleasures?
You got to let the cat out the bag, man. I'll tell you one, Cashtastic told me once that he was a fan of Westlife.
Yeah.
That was his. That's really the worst one I heard so far.
Yeah, that's bad, man. Cash.
Big up Cashtastic though.
Big up Cash, but
yeah.
on, Cash.
What's yours?
Boom, bam, bam. Guilty pleasures. I don't know.
Even if it's just a song. Just a One Direction song that you love to bits or something like that.
I don't know, you know. I can't really think of one off the top of my head at the moment. A guilty pleasure, like what's a bit... I don't really have one at the moment, you know. I don't really have one at the moment. Do you know what program did I used to watch in jail? I used to watch the Kardashians a lot when I was in jail. That was my guilty pleasure still.
That's worse than Westlife.
Oh, boy, I might have to drain Cash still. Yeah, I used to watch that religiously. But me, I'm watching it for the lifestyle.
Yeah.
More than anything else. I just like watching the big houses and the cars and that. And I'm just like, yeah, I wanna be there with that stuff and the nice looking women.
Escapism, I guess.
Yeah.
You get a bly for that only because of your situation at the time. What is the most important thing in life to young Reeks?
My dream and my ambitions, like just to never lose that. I never like settle. And as long as I got this fire in me, like that's the most important, just to keep this fire burning for as long as possible and take it as far as I can, you get me?
I hear that, man. That's evident as well. The last one, if you could have any animal for a pet, which animal would you have? I told you they're random.
I would probably have a gorilla or some sort, a monkey. If he could be cool with me and wouldn't like kill me, and we could chill, you get me? Then I'd have him. You get me? I know that you can't really get once these things grow. Like it's out of the question. You can get like little chimpanzees.
Yeah.
But once they grow to a certain, like they start abusing you and that, like taking them off.
Them animals are strong as well. You know, you can't fight them.
Yeah. So, but if we could be chill somehow, then yeah, I'd have a gorilla still.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Just you and your gorilla, just sharing the KA drink on the couch.
You see what I'm saying? Simple life, you get me? You'll get me. You'll understand me, man.
That's it, man. Well, listen, bro. Thanks for passing through. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, man,
for everyone watching, September's Round the Corner is out now. Ambition is out now, which is even better than September's Round the Corner.
Thank you,
Autopilot is dropping on July 31st. You heard it here first. Exactly. It's DJ DUBL, Young Reeks. What's the ad-lib? Yeah.
See me!
And that's it. We're done.
All right, well.